Come on, Ernie, let's go.
Give me a break. I'm an old man, all right? Be quiet.
Me and Ernie's got to break the toilet here.
God.
He got one of these things. What's the name, Ernie?
Fluidmaster.
Fluidmaster.
Yeah, Fluidmaster.
It was like $8.97 or something like that.
No.
So they worked on the water pipes out in our road, and his toilet quit working. So the guy at Lowe's said, he said if they knocked a lot of dirt into it, it would fill up with dirt here. And he said you could pop that off and clean it out.
Yeah.
He said, but it's easier just to put a new one in. So we're going to give it a shot. First we'll flush it. See, they've been doing this. You just fill it up with, you just fill it up with a bucket and she'll still flush. Okay. So we'll continue to break the toilet here.
Yeah, you hear that?
Okay, so it's running. See, it's just plugged up. Yeah. See, it wasn't even doing that the other day. Okay.
Might want to turn the thing off.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do working around a camera. Okay, first thing to do is something all the plumbing videos never tell you is first thing you got to do is get all the crap out of the way so you can work on it.
And the second thing, don't listen to the first thing.
And then don't break the lid when you take it off.
Yeah, porcelain.
Okay, so if your toilet's got a turn off, you're lucky. So this would be your turn off.
You gotta go clockwise.
If you don't have
you just turned it off.
Yeah, if you don't have a turn off,
You're in a whole lot of shit.
you can turn off the water. You can turn off the main line in the house. That would be down in your basement. That plug is not going to fit down in there.
However, we have to have one right there.
Okay, so now you can see even though we flushed it, there's still water down inside there.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to get that water out because when we take this thing out, the bottom there, all the water is gonna run out of here. So you got this thing here. This thing was just finger tight, so I didn't even need to use a wrench on that. See if I can get under there with the camera. We're gonna have a wet floor. I got a towel.
Yeah, got towels.
Old towels, or I guess it really doesn't matter. It's clean water.
You mean these?
Yeah, it's fine.
And just in case, kind of.
Yeah.
A little small, but it'll be a towel.
Yeah. Okay, so just throw a bunch of towels around there. You don't have to clean up the mess later. You
Yeah,
take.
I'm gonna clean up the mess.
So then you know, you can scoop that water out of there if you want to, but
Takes too much time.
yeah, why bother? Okay, then this just slides in the top here. Okay, ready? Go ahead. And oh wait, here, there's still a nut on the bottom of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it.
I only took off the hose. I forgot about the nut.
Yeah.
I thought it came off awfully easy.
Yeah, I'm looking at a nut. A nut case.
Okay, I still might need a wrench on that. Let's see if I can get it. I can't get in there with my hands to even turn it. Oh, jeez, okay. It's just a plastic nut, so it's not like it's a metal nut going against a glass toilet. So. I told him to call a plumber. I said, if you want, I can come over and break it.
Yeah. And when the plumber comes, that's what happens. Say, I don't know, some damn fool broke it.
Okay, so we just had to loosen that up just a little bit. And that comes right off.
Yeah, that means this comes out.
Yeah. Oh,
It is coming out.
yeah. Okay. Okay, so there's the plastic nut that comes off the bottom, and there's all the water. I got the bucket there too late. So have your bucket ready. Oh, okay. And then Ernie pulled that out.
What the?
See, that was just stuck down inside there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're gonna get rid of it. Well,
Okay.
that does come with a hose, doesn't it?
Yeah. There you go.
Well, it might help. Talk about you dropping things all over the place.
We don't need that part.
Yeah, you do.
There's the hose. I think the fella at the hardware store.
You need this part.
Yeah, the fella at the hardware store said it's real rare that the turnoff would get plugged up with dirt.
Yeah.
He said just inside here, the dirt probably came up from the water pipes and plugged it up. We're not really sure how old this one is, but he's thinking at least 7 years. You're saying?
Yeah, a little more than that.
So that lasted that lasted a long time. Yeah.
But they say you gotta take this part off to clean it.
Yeah. So and then just slide that down inside the hole.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what this is for.
Yeah, that goes down below.
Yeah, that's it. You know.
Here, put that hose on. Here, let's see here. The hose goes on like that.
Oh, let's not forget to adjust the height.
Well, we do that.
Well, I read that box over there. So the first thing you do is adjust the height.
Okay.
Stay. Now we're gonna just adjust it. What do you adjust?
Well, let's see here. Here, let's see here. So it's kind of low compared to your other one.
Yeah, so it means I gotta. Oh, wait a second. Stand it up. Better yet, stand it on that. See what the height is.
Okay, it's about right.
Yeah. Perfect.
See, Ernie should have been a plumber. Ain't nothing to it.
Yeah, till they get my bill, and then they start yelling, "Some up."
The guy at the hardware store, he said, normally these days they charge $85 to come out, plus parts, plus labor. So, you know, that's why we're doing it ourselves. Right?
Right.
Okay. Now we gotta put that screw on down below. See, they give you a new nut. There's a new nut. I don't know what that other part's for.
It should say right on, there's the instructions. Should say on the instructions what that's for.
Smells like poop down there.
Hang on one second, yeah?
See, that's the part we don't know what that's for.
I think.
Looks like a clamp of some kind. Here. Okay.
Hold everything.
Okay, so now we have to put this on.
I think this is the refill cap.
Here, hold that down and straight.
This is the refill cap.
What's a refill cap?
That's what I'd like to know.
So this one, don't tighten this up a lot, you know. Finger tight, and then like maybe, maybe half a turn with the wrench, you know. Hold that so it don't twist around.
What, this?
Yeah. No, this. Hold. Because if this isn't tight, the water's gonna leak out the bottom. Okay. I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, that we'll know if it's not tight enough if it leaks.
Yeah.
Now we have to put the pipe back on. And he also said it's rare that these pipes would fill up with dirt. He said they do build up with minerals. And he said he usually just throws on a new one. So.
I'm trying to see where it is.
And this water pipe here, just make the finger tight. You don't have to use the wrench on it.
I know where it is.
It's all plastic parts, you know, you don't want to break the plastic parts. Okay. And then we turn it back on and hope it don't squirt out the top. Something's squirting out the top.
Yeah, something's squirting all right.
That's all that brown water. See that? That's the dirt that plugged up the first one. Send your bill to the water company.
I'll send it to somebody else. The president for making us do this.
Yeah, I brought all those tools, but all I had to use was that little wrench.
I don't want to do longer tomorrow anyway, so.
You can always read the directions and adjust the height if you need to fiddle with it. So here's the box. A fella at the hardware store, he said he's put in hundreds or thousands of these things over the years, and it's what most people just buy. You know, presuming you don't have anything else wrong. There's kits that you can buy. Okay, you're gonna try it. How exciting!
Hey, what's going on?
There's kits that you can buy that would include this part and the rubber part that goes between these two things. The bolts that the bolts that hold the tank onto the seat.
What the hell where this goes? This goes. Oh wait. Can't see what the water looks like. It's clear.
Yeah, flush it again, but hold that down for a minute and. See, then you get more water out of the tank, so you get a better flush. That might be part of the adjustment. That's what he kept talking about, was this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he said you probably have to adjust that. So you got me. It says easy twist height adjust from 9 to 14 fits most tanks. I think that's because like some of the tanks are shorter, so this thing can't be too high, because then you'd have to cut a hole in your cover, because that thing would be sticking out the top. You'd have to leave it out.
So the truth is, this is just right.
Yeah, well that's because the other one, we matched it up with this one. But I think he kept talking about that thing. So that might be what we have to do next, so it releases more water when you flush it. You might like that, then your water bill might not be as high.
Water bill's not high.
Yeah. What's it saying there about that thing? It don't really say anything here.
Well, this is a tank water level adjustment screw.
Water level adjusting screw sets the level of the water in the tank for each flush.
We'll do one more thing. Take this out. Put this.
You just plugging up the hole.
Well, that's how I'm supposed to. There's a hole there.
Oh, okay.
And this should go. Now for the hard part. Where the hell does this thing go? Can't see where this thing goes.
Come on, Smarty Pants, hurry up. We ain't got all day. You're supposed to have this done already. It's supper time.
It is. Supper time for who? Attach refill clip. Overflow clip notice. Yeah, what the hell? We'll take this off.
Yeah, I don't think you need that. That might be a special part on some toilet.
No, it's actually supposed to go there.
Well, I bet if you raise this up, then you get more water in your tank. That's probably what they're talking about.
I think.
But it's fine the way it is, ain't it?
Yep.
See, your flap falls down too soon, and it only releases about half of the water. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say
Just leave it like that.
if you just hold that down for a minute, then you get a better flush. In other words, if you have a big bowel movement, and you need a lot of water to push it down through the pipes, hold it down. But if you only went piss, then you don't need a lot of water to flush that down.
Nope. Unless you want to clean it.
Okay, so while you're reading the book, I'll go down on the floor and clean up the mess. Thanks, Ernie.
Yeah, you're welcome. What do we call this video? The Idiot's Guide to Putting... Here, I got it.
Okay. Here.
Rock this thing. Now all I'm going to do is tighten that, put this tape on that.
Hey,
I was going to put...
I found a wrench.
Put that back.
It's mine now.
No, it ain't.